I just wanted to come and do an IGTV with you this morning because a while ago I put up a blog post about breathwork for birth, and I just wanted a video to go along with that so you can use what's written in the blog post, but also this can kind of be your visual and audio guide. If you just take a minute to notice your breath. Is it heavy? Shallow? Is it fast or is it slow? So if you can just now focus consciously on your breath, breathing into your tummy. Use all of the lovely space or lack of in pregnancy, but you still have some, and fill it up with that air. But what happens when we consciously breathe is that we instinctively bring our chest forward and we drop our shoulders. And that sort of aids in our posture, giving us a better posture, but not just that. We can then use this to sort of aid our posture in birth as well. So if you've done a course with me, you'll know that I use the acronym UFO, which is upright, forward and open. Birth balls are great for getting you into that position. But if you're consciously breathing, that will also help. So use that breath to help you find your perfect birthing position. So we're going to focus on 3 breath techniques today. So firstly, we've got the recenter breath. Now this breath is kind of the breath that you want to utilize throughout the duration of labor. But not just that, you can use this breath in pregnancy, you can use it in parenthood. So in pregnancy, you can use it when you're sort of feeling a little bit like you just need to recenter and come back to yourself. It could be if you're attending an antenatal appointment that you're particularly concerned about, or just a good way to sort of ground yourself. You can use it in parenthood as well when they're a bit younger and they go through these stages of crying. And it can be really stressful. So you want to just sort of use this breath again to help you relax. So this breath you want to do into the count of 8 and out to the count of 8. You want to focus on just breathing through your nose, not through your mouth, okay? Because you've got a more controlled exhale when it's inhale when it's through your nose and a more controlled exhale when it's out through your nose as well. So the speed that we're going to do this count is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Granted, that is a bit slow. And if you haven't been practicing your breathing, or you haven't been doing yoga or meditation, it might be quite difficult to get up to the 8, but try your best, and practice makes perfect. So if it's not working straight away, it will eventually. Okay, so I'm going to do this breath with you. I'm going to use my fingers because I can't count and breathe at the same time. If you can, wonderful skill, not one of mine. Okay, so when we're ready, this breath is the breath that you want to be sort of using throughout labor when you can. And you can do that breath sort of without focusing too much on it. People who practice yoga or meditation regularly, you'll see that they're in that sort of constant state of calm, and it's because they're quite commonly breathing to that sort of degree. So that's our recenter breath. Okay, and then secondly, we want to use our wave or surge breath. This is the breath that we use when we're having a wave or surge. If you haven't done hypnobirthing, you'd still be calling these contractions. And even some people that do hypnobirthing still call it contraction, and it's just about how you wish to rephrase your wording. But for the video, we'll use wage or surge. Wave or surge, not wage or serve. Yes. This is going well. This is the breath that you want to use when you're having a wave or a surge. And what it does is it allows us to get lots of lovely oxygen to our uterus. And it's also a really good breath to use to get you out of that fear, tension, pain cycle. So if you've ever done a course with me, or if you watch my videos, you'll know about this cycle. I talk about it a lot. Okay, so if you can go back and watch one of those videos, but yes, you will already know about it if you've done a course. So when we discuss kind of what you can do to get you back into your system of calm, this is one of those things as well. So it's a wave surge breath, but also utilize it for getting you back to your stage of calm. Okay, so this breath, we are going to do a count of 20, but it's a fast 20. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay. You might not be able to get up to 20. That is okay. But again, practice makes perfect. So keep practicing it throughout pregnancy, and then hopefully you'll be able to utilize it in labor. Now, commonly what we do when we feel a strong sensation that we're not used to or we weren't expecting, we tense up our bodies like this. So you'll know when you're feeling slight discomfort, you do this. But the aim of the game is to breathe through it, okay? Because if we're not breathing, we're not getting the oxygen that we need to our uterus, okay? You can see in other videos about how the muscles of the uterus work, and it's really complex and it's fantastic to know. The idea is that if you get enough lovely breathing and oxygen to the uterus, it will work how it's supposed to. And the good thing about that is if you're focusing on your breath, you're paying less attention to the strong sensations that you're feeling. So it is really important to feel connected to them and know what's going on in your body. But if you're focusing on the breath and sort of channeling that breath into dealing with the sensation, like you do in if you're doing a yoga pose that's particularly difficult, you'll be told to breathe into the pain. So same theory when we're breathing into that wave or that surge. So when you're ready, we're going to do a count into 20. So it goes like this. Now, if you can continue to breathe, I'm going to count for you, but I can't breathe and count at the same time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And in through your nose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And out through your nose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay. So we just did 3 of those breaths. And a really, really cool tip to know is that usually a wave or a surge won't last longer than 3 of those breaths. So that's a really fantastic way to sort of keep yourself focused on the breath and think, okay, I've got 1, I've got 2, and I've got 3. And then that wave goes and it allows you to revert back to your recenter breath. And again, just keep yourself nice and calm and relaxed. So keep this breath in your toolkit. You'll utilize it when you're having a wave or a surge, or when you find yourself in your fight or flight response and you want to get back to your state of calm. So then our third and final breath is our descent breath. Okay, so this is the breath that we want to use when we just pass transition. Normally the time that we were told that the midwives will start to tell us that it's time to push. So this is completely up to you how you choose to navigate this part of labour. If the word push isn't the word that you want to use, you can ask them to change it to breathe. So just reminding you when to breathe, just trying to establish what it is that's best for you. It really depends on how you feel at the time. So we know that if we take this stage of labor slower and we breathe rather than push, it gives the baby a more gentle descent. But not just that, it also helps prevent tearing as well. So it's a really good thing to consider. Trust your body and know that it knows what it's doing. Allow it to take the time that it takes, giving your baby a nice and gentle descent. So with this breath, we're not going to focus too much on the time, the counting of the breath, because this will vary woman to woman. But what you want to do is you want to take a deep, powerful inhalation. And then with your out breath, you want to imagine that this breath is going down through our throat, through our chest, through our uterus, through the birth canal, and down out of our body, okay? So mimicking what a breath would do down until here, and then you mimic what the baby does. So it's almost as if you're using your breath to help guide the baby down out through the uterus. So a big, strong, powerful breath in, and then down, push down through the throat, down through your chest, down through your uterus, and down through your birth canal. So it looks something like this. And it might be that you're not continually using this breath, that you're using it, and then you're stopping and you're going back to your recenter breath because you feel like you just need to hold back for a moment. And then you go back to it again, okay? The good thing again about focusing on the breath is you're focusing on your breathing and not focusing too much on all the sensations that you're feeling. Know that your body knows what it's doing and allow it to aid your baby down. We can practice this breath. A few things can we practice about birth before birth, but this we can. So when you're on the Lunex and you're having a bowel movement and you feel that you're slightly constipated, rather than pushing, no, actually try to push. Try firstly to push and see where it gets you. And feel how it sort of wears you out and you're using all your energy on the pushing and not focusing on actually getting rid of the stuff. Okay. So then try and breathe. So use that breath, the strong, powerful inhalation. And then focus on guiding it out and see how that goes. Good thing is that dads can give it a go too, which is really great for you to kind of, I mean, you're never going to experience what a mother feels in labor, but it can help you to understand how you can breathe alongside her to help her find a breath. And it can be quite difficult to stay focused at that point. So dad, if you're breathing along with mum, that really helps. Another thing that you might notice when you're doing this breath is that you feel the need to make a sound, which if you've done a course with me, you'll hear me reference it as the birth call or the birth roar. And if you've watched any birth videos, hopefully you've been watching positive birth videos up until now, you'll know that there's sometimes a point in labour, some women, not all, but they get a moment where they start to make a noise that's quite primal, sounding like our, animal cousins. So if that feels right, go with it. It's generally after you take that deep inhale. Now trying to recreate it is difficult because it's basically only something that you'll ever hear when a woman's, at that stage of labour. But that's similar to what it sounds like. Use that, harness that energy, and use it to bring your baby earthside. So guys, those are our 3 breaths. So we have our recenter breath, we have our wage and surge breath, and we also have our descent breath. So keep those in your toolkit and use them as you need. It's been a pleasure filming for you today. If you've got any feedback or questions, please send them my way. Have a beautiful day.